Hello and welcome to the Dantian, or 8 Pieces of Brocade, Qigong, seated version with some basic verbal cues. This video is presented in mirror image reflection so you can follow along just like you're looking in a mirror. Before we begin, you'll want to set up with a firm chair and make sure that you are seated at the front edge of the chair and keep your torso upright at all times. In form number 1, 2 hands hold up the heavens. You'll begin by bringing or placing your feet at shoulder width apart. Bring your fingers or your hands together near your lower abdomen as if you're holding a big beach ball or a watermelon. And you'll start by clasping the fingers together below your belly, raising your hands to chest height, and then rolling the palms away from your chest and pushing them up above your head. You'll hold your arms there for a moment with the option to look up slightly if you wish. Bring your head back forward and release those arms back to the watermelon. For your breathing, you want to make sure you're breathing deeply from your lower abdomen or your diaphragm. And you'll do an inhale as those palms press up towards the heavens. Hold your breath as you hold your arms. And exhale as your arms release back down. You'll do this first form and all forms a total of 8 times. In form number 2, you have the option of bringing your legs out to a wide stance or a horse stance. You'll start by crossing one hand in front of the other, and then that hand crossing in front turns into an L and presses to the side, while your other hand pulls back the bow in making sure that you're bending your elbow. Your bent elbow arm will then open up, and then both hands return down to center, and you repeat on the other side. You have the option of focusing your gaze towards the hand that is in an L shape. In this form, make sure that you keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. For the breath work, you're going to inhale as the arms come to the chest. Exhale as you draw that bow. Inhale again as the arm opens up, and then exhale as those arms return to center. So doing this in time with the video. Inhale, cross the arms. Exhale and hold. Inhale, open up the arms. Exhale, back down. Just like the first form, you'll do this a total of 8 times, so the pair of left and right sides times 4. At the end of your 8th time, you'll return your feet back to that shoulder width stance, and we'll go into form number 3. In this one, you'll start by raising both palms to your mid-chest. One arm, the palm rolls upwards to press towards the heavens, while the other arm, the palm pushes down towards earth. You'll hold that position for a moment with your gaze focusing up towards your upper palm, and then you'll bring your hands back down to that center watermelon position and repeating on the other side. For your breath work, You'll inhale here as the arms go up. Hold your breath as you hold that reach. And then exhale as the arms return back to center. Inhale, hold, and exhale, return to center. You'll repeat form 3, just like the others, a total of 8 times. For form number 4, you'll keep those feet in that shoulder width stance. You're going to open the arms to about 45 degrees, like an upside down Y or an upside down V, and your palms will rotate to face outwards. You have the option of turning your head towards the left and right sides on each repetition here. So the arms and the legs stay symmetrical in form number 4, with your head simply turning gently towards one side or the other. For your breath work, you'll inhale as those arms open and hold your breath. Exhale as your arms return to center. Inhale and exhale. And you'll repeat this form a total of 8 times. In form number 5, you'll open back those legs up to the wide horse stance, and then bring your hands or palms to rest on your upper thighs. You'll start by leaning or lunging towards one side, and then rolling down through center, up the other side, looking slightly upwards, and then returning your head back to center. And then you'll simply repeat that whole thing on the other side. Notice that even in this seated position, you still have some optional leg engagement. You can watch the basic version of this form if you'd like a little bit more detail on how that is done. For your breath work, you'll start by inhaling as you lean to the side, exhale as your head goes down, inhale as you come back up, and then exhale as you go back to center. So inhale, exhale down, inhale up, and exhale back to center. You'll repeat this form a total of 8 times, or a pair of left and right times 4. At the end of that 8th time, you'll return your feet back to shoulder width stance and hold the watermelon. Form number 6, we start by raising the arms over the head, pressing the palms down to mid-chest, turning the palms upwards, gliding those hands down behind the back and along the sides and the backs of the legs, and then resting the fingertips at the toes before we bring those arms up and repeat that again. So here we are, palms up. Glide down through the legs. Fingertips end on the toes. Reaching up, relaxing those shoulders. Palms down to chest. Palms up, hands wrap around the back. And then hands glide down the legs and at the toes. Adding your breath work here. Inhale as we reach up. Exhale, arms to chest. Inhale, hands around the back. And exhale as those hands glide down to the toes. Just like the other forms, you will repeat this a total of 8 times. Make sure as you're bending or folding forward, you bend from the waist, so keep your head up and your flat back all the way until you get to the end, and then you can gently drop your head. Once you finish that 8th time, you return those hands back to your center watermelon position. We'll start form number 7 by opening those legs back to the wide-legged horse stance. And then bringing those fists with the palms facing up next to your rib cage. In this form, we're going to be punching one fist forward at a time, holding that fist for a moment before opening the hand and stretching out those fingertips, and then rolling or curling each and every one of those fingers one at a time back to the fist and returning it to your side, and then repeating on the other side here. For your breath work, you're going to inhale as the fist punches out and hold. And then exhale as that hand comes back. So inhale here and hold. And exhale, bring that fist back to your ribs. In this form, the glaring fiercely refers to you focus your gaze intently but not necessarily fiercely on that fist that punches forward. It's a great time to just be mindful of how your arms and hands feel as you have that focused punch in and out. You'll repeat this a total of 8 times, or the pair of left and right times 4, before returning your legs back to that shoulder width stance. And in this final form, you'll rest your palms on your thighs or on your knees. You'll lift those heels up off the ground and get onto your tiptoes. Hold that position for a moment before you drop those heels down into the ground with a little bit of a force and a little bit of vibration or shake. You can slightly lean forward if you want to feel a little bit more of that bounce as your heels drop down. And what you're doing is you're kind of shaking the body a little bit as a means to sort of give your organs a chance to breathe and readjust internally. For breathwork, you'll inhale as you lift those heels, hold, and exhale as those heels drop down. And finally, we come to our closing Dantian breathing. The Dantian is located a couple inches below your navel. You'll place your palms gently over that lower abdomen and just take a moment to breathe here and reflect on your practice. Closing your eyes if you feel comfortable. If you become distracted, gently guide your attention back to your breath. You can stay here in this position for as long as you'd like to. I would encourage you to do this at least 8 full deep belly breaths, in and out, before you conclude your practice by just thanking yourself for your time, energy, and focus. For the full instructional video series, please visit yinhealingpaths.com. Thank you, and may you have a mindful practice.